Ciao from the lift. I'm still stuck here. It's been over an hour. They told me that the engineer is about half an hour away, so let's see how it turns out. It has given me a chance to edit this video as well, and since I have some more time, I'll do the voiceover. Also, this is the session on the next day of the squat day, even though I am recording the voiceover in the same back to back. But anyways, upper body first. I started with overhead presses, and then I did some handstands just to get the blood flowing in there, and then I moved over to some drills for learning proper running technique, which is going to be a big thing with the nice season coming up next. But yeah, OHPs, I finally went up in weight, just 2.5 kilos, trying to stay very cautious because the injury that I sustained last year, that lasted almost the entire year, is making me a bit wary of going up in weight, and I won't be going below 6 repetitions anyway. So I went up. This is 37.5 kilos, 2 sets for 6 reps. They all felt good. In the first set, I noticed that I was too close to the rack, and as I was pushing the first rep, it ended up hitting the pull-up bar. So that was the only notable thing about that. But yeah, handstands weren't looking too great. It took me quite a few attempts to get a decent one in here where I could actually hold it for a while, but I wasn't really able to keep my legs tucked in. But anyways, getting on to the funny stuff. Here are my first attempts at some drills that should improve the way that my running mechanics are. Basically focusing on raising the knee while keeping the hips in a straight position, and then lowering the leg just below the hip. Really thinking about pulling the ground as my foot strikes the floor. So I started off with the standing version just to get the hang of it, and then I did a bunch of sets of these. In here, I'm really focusing on keeping my hips straight, my back tall, my spine elongated, let's say, and then striking the floor with good rhythm. The hands are looking a bit funny. But if I started concentrating on that kind of stuff, I would never get out of there. I just wanted to get good repetitions on with my legs and keeping my body straight. In here is more of a march, so there is more of an emphasis on striking the floor with a bit more force and kind of propelling myself forward. From what I understand, and it makes a lot of sense from a physics perspective, if you hit the floor with the leg in front of you, you're kind of slowing yourself down, and then it takes just longer to go through. Whilst if you were just to push down below you and strike almost back while the hip extends, then it's giving you more horizontal force. In here, it was basically the same exercise, but I was just switching in the air. So switching legs at the same time, making it as deliberate and forceful as possible, so that at the time that the first leg hits the floor, the other one comes up, and then in reverse. And then in here, I was kind of adding a little step in between the repetitions just to get a bit of a forward movement, and basically starting to ingrain a more difficult variation of this. I'm noticing that my knees are doing something weird. It's like my leg, my shin pops back as I'm going up. And in here, I was trying to do them back to back, so do 3 of those and then go again. And then when there was a third variation of this where there was an extra step, but I wasn't really coordinating myself very well. And at that point, because I was doing a ton of reps of these, I decided to go home, rest, and hopefully my brain will do the work. Let's see. Oh, I think the engineer just came. Hopefully I get out of here now, finally. Ciao.